Hey guys, welcome back to another episode
What's
of Way
up?
Under Hot Mess.
Because that's what I
Sorry.
feel like today.
Do you want to explain to them? Oh, by the way, my name's Kaylalea. This is Kayla. Kayla, you want to explain to them why, you're wearing your hood like that?
Because my
Baby
hair. Okay. So, I had washed my hair and deep conditioned and everything. And my mother told me she was gonna do my hair today, do my braids. And then she ended up saying she wants to do it tomorrow. So now I look a mess. But I did my just so yeah. You can't, say too much. Let's just close this up though. Let's close this up a little bit. Oh God. How are y'all doing this week? What's going on, y'all?
We hope everybody's doing great, doing dandy.
No, we're not on drugs. We're just high on life, by the way.
High off life.
Just to let you guys know. But Kaylalea, what's been going on? What's the tea for this week? What's your tea? I don't think I have any tea. So what's your tea?
Girl, I've been chilling. I don't really ever have tea because I feel like once you get into a relationship, your life just it slows down a little bit, you
Right.
know?
Or you just like I don't really even have tea either. Do I?
I feel like I've cut a lot of toxic shit out of my life, you know?
You know what? We've been doing good. No
this
drama.
Is growth.
You're a mother. Bitch, I'm a mother. No drama.
Okay, but I really am though.
No, that was sick.
Where's my cat?
Me of it because you're a mother. I want to be a mother. I want a couple dogs. Well, she has a cat, but I want a couple dogs and a snake. I want a snake or two.
A snake would be dope. What kind of snake? You should get one of those white ones.
I want a white one, and then I want a holographic one and a black one. I want a black. I don't want a regular colored one. I really want a black one, a holographic one, and a white one because I really love the white ones.
What would you name them?
I probably name one Stanley.
Oh my God! Please name the holographic one Stanley.
Stanley, and then I'll probably name my white one. I don't know, DJ or SJ, but I don't know what the S would stand for.
Sexy.
But then he would have to be a junior. So that would
Sexy work. Junior.
Maybe I'd name the girl, if I have a girl, Patrice.
Ooh.
Patrice. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know. I have to think on it, but I really want a couple snakes. But no, I don't think I have any tea. Were we talking about tea? Oh, yeah. I don't think I have any tea. I have a dude that I'm interested in, but then it's just like as soon as like I've gotten to the point now where it's just like as soon as you do something that like I don't like, I kind of get uninterested.
Oh, so, yeah, cut him.
But he's cute though. He's nice so far. But I mean,
how do you know this guy? How do you know this
guy? So I met him. I've known of him since last year when I was taking pictures of like football players and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he was out there and I took pictures of him and I sent it to him. And that was the end of it. It was nothing more than that. It was really like just like I have pictures of you, blah, blah.
Right.
It's like, okay, bet. And then this year I saw him, but I didn't know it was him. And I've been wanting to take like pictures of people with like nice cars that are like really like modified and worked on and stuff. So he has a really nice car and it's like done really nice. I was gonna expose him for a second because I was about to expose it, but I was just like, let me catch myself. But he has a really nice car. And I saw him at the gas station one time. Still didn't know it was him. And I was like, I like your car. He was like, I like yours too. And I'm like, thanks. And I went in the store. He was still out there. Came back. I was like, let me just go ask him if he wants to take pictures. So I asked him and I told him my Instagram. He was like, I think we met before. I was like, I think we have too. I was like, he was out there with Juice. He was like, yeah. And so that was really it. But we did a photo shoot recently, and yeah, we've kind of been conversating, but it's like it seems like it's just like we flirt kind of, but it's kind of like just as friends, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess you could call that tea, but not really. I don't know, cause I don't know. Like I'm still kind of trying to figure him out and see what's where his mind is at. And like I said, like we flirt, but not really, but kind of.
Right.
But yeah, it's like a friendship right now. Like it's nothing like talking or like we're not talking. I don't think we're talking. I doubt it.
You guys are just like chilling. You're getting
We're
to know each
chilling.
other.
We're chilling. Exactly. That's the
That's
best
the
way I can put it.
perfect word.
We're chilling. We're not, you know, no, really, it's really no tea to spill, honestly.
We've been keeping it pretty clean. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie. Pretty
Right.
clean, pretty chill.
Pretty dickless, but you know, it's fine. Not for you, but I mean, yeah. So
I mean, I only get dick technically one weekend every month.
oh, okay, well, yeah. But
Granted,
that's more than me though. I mean, my choice, but
it's okay. It's okay. You chose this. Okay,
but I don't know if I'm
mental
okay.
health. For your own mental health.
I don't know if I'm okay. I think I'm starting to get crazy.
You're like, it's not helping me anymore. It was supposed
right,
to.
it's just like, oh my God. I mean, it's not like I'm a fiend, but it's just like sometimes I'm just like, damn, I want somebody to hold me. And then somebody sometimes I'd be like,
that
damn,
okay. I
want some dick. But then I step out of it and I'm just like, get it together. Shut up. You're fine. But am I? Genuinely.
Okay, wait. But do you ever like think to yourself, you're like, do you ever think I want to go back to someone? Just for like a quickie, you know?
Wait. No, because one of the dudes that
growth.
One of the dudes. Well, hold on. Yes, actually, I thought about this dude the other day, but the only reason I said no at first is because one of my sneaky links. Well, not sneaky links. Like my friend, dude that I told you about, that like we're like really close friends, but we've had some great sex before him. We're on good terms. We're good friends. So like that's why I didn't think of like, you know, and we never talked or anything. We're just like friends. But there's this dude that I talked to in Texas. Actually, two of them, but one of them, they both had a great dick. But I would say one is a 10 and one is a 9.5. And of course, they both broke my heart. But yeah, I would go back for one night.
Just for one night.
But I'm like a completely different person from then and now. So like they'll probably be like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you acting like, because a lot of people say that to me, like when they kind of like when we like reconnect, if we ever do, like if even though it's through social media or something, we kind of like they're kind of just like, who the fuck are you? And I'm like,
right,
get used to it. But yeah, I would definitely go back to one of them. But I'm glad they're far away, because I would probably already went back.
I feel that so much. Oh my God.
I definitely, yeah. Especially the first one I talked to. The very first dude that I talked to when I got there. I was thinking about him the other day. But it's okay. I'm over it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But yeah, that's really what I think I would go back to. I don't know. I should be, but anyways, y'all. This y'all won't come out. You know how I get like stuck in your throat?
Yes. And you're like, come on. Oh my God, you gave it to me. You gave it to me.
Sorry, but it finally came out. My mom is like that too. It's like contagious for her.
It's so contagious for me. If I see someone yawn, I will yawn.
Right. That's how she's like. And I'm like, how does that even happen?
I'm just like, what's going on? No, but I'm asking you that because it kind of relates to like, I asked on Twitter a quick question.
All right.
I said, thoughts on being friends with exes? Because I feel like the main reason a lot of people cheat nowadays too is because of social media and because we stay connected to exes. So do we feel like this is toxic, or do we think it's like growth if you can kind of like smooth things out with an ex?
Honestly I don't think it's toxic unless y'all had a toxic relationship and y'all are those couples that, like, okay, for example, this is a toxic situation if you were connected with your ex. If you're with if you're talking to somebody and you're like, they're kind of like new, like they're like new after you like broke up with your ex and y'all are getting to know each other and like catching feelings for each other. It's obviously obvious that y'all are catching feelings for each other, but then your ex does something and you're just like, you spin the block and you're like, I still have feelings for my ex, and now you're going back and forth with between these two dudes. That's toxic to me. But if you're like cool with an ex and you've completely let them go in your heart and your mind, like I don't think that's toxic, because I'm cool. I'm not friends with them, but I'm cool with like two exes. And I don't have any type of feelings for them. I don't know, none of that. Like but we're cool. We get along.
I feel
But they
you.
weren't exes though. Like the dudes in Texas, they weren't exes. Like we just talked. We were talking for a good bit. So
Yeah, that's not an ex, exactly.
I would still go back for that dick. Anyway, yeah. So my exes though, I mean, it just depends on your situation. I'm like I said, I'm cool with my exes. There's no bad blood except for one. I don't talk to him, but I mean, I don't hate him, but I wouldn't be friends. I wouldn't like go back to him or be friends with him. But yeah, it just depends on your situation.
I feel like it definitely depends. That's what like the few comments I got said too, because it just depends on what the relationship was exactly, how long it was, how deep were the emotions. I feel like there's just a lot that goes into it. You can't just decide off the bat.
Right. Like it definitely depends on your situation. So it's like, what did the comments say? Like, what was some of the comments?
That was pretty much it, because that's why it's kind of a hard question to answer, because it does depend. Literally, that's all I got. Like they all said it depends.
Oh,
and then they like agreed with each other.
Right.
But I agree. It really just depends on who it is and what the relationship was.
Right. But like, would you be friends? Would you ever be friends with an ex? I feel like I could be friends with an ex, but I feel like that kind of gets better when you get old. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it gets better when you get older. I think the maturity level as far as like having friends that were your ex, like when you're in your 30s and stuff like that, I feel like people are more okay with it. Unless of course, like, I don't know. I don't know. I could definitely be friends with my ex and could be completely focused on my boyfriend and it won't be a problem. But I can't say the same for my boyfriend being okay being friends with his ex. So I feel like the best thing to do in a relationship is just to stay away from y'all exes if y'all are in a relationship. Because one person may not be okay with it, but one person is probably okay with it.
I think you make a good point too with what you said. It really depends to where you are, because I feel like if you're like in your late 20s, for example, and you're single and you're dating and you're living in LA, I feel like the pool of people dating each other kind of shrinks a little bit.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you may overlap with people that you know. So it happens. But
especially if you go to like events and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So I feel like when you're older, maybe it's more, not that it's okay, but like people kind of like accepted as a truth. But I feel like right now, because I'm not really friends, I'm like cool and cordial with one of them. And then the rest, especially like the flings, because I had like a handful of flings, like long-term flings. Those, I really don't talk to them anymore because there's no need.
Right. Like, if a lot of times flings don't really end well.
They normally don't. I've had a like very select few that like I'm cool with them, like it's all good. But most of them, I don't find the need to talk to them.
Right. That's how I feel about the dudes I was talking to. But yeah, I would definitely spin the block anyway. I don't care.
I don't care.
If I was in Texas, I would spin the block. But
throwing that out there for y'all.
Right. Just for your information if you're watching. But yeah, no, they're definitely not watching. They don't follow each other. Definitely not following each other. But that goes into, I feel like, does it go in? Do you think that relates to our next topic? Or no, I don't.
I think it can, because we want to talk about money this week, guys. Yeah. I feel like that's the main topic
of everything nowadays. Money. So yeah.
I really wanted to talk about like how we, I'm sorry, y'all. My neighbors that live above me are just like,
are still stomping.
Did you hear that?
I can't hear it.
It's like straight vibrations. I don't even want to know what they
hear it.
It's so loud. Anyways, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, because I can't hear it on this end.
I can't. But anyways, how do you feel? Have you ever dated anybody that like, maybe not somebody who made like millions, but anyone who made significantly more money than you?
I have talked to like probably like two dudes. One dude like made like a decent amount of money, but the other one made like stupid money, like, but that didn't really last long because he had like a baby mom or whatever, and I think he had he was having another baby on the way or whatever, but I didn't like, that was like that. I think he just had his baby this year, so he didn't have a baby on the way when we were like talking. But I was so in love with that man too. Oh my god. But he made, I'm not gonna say how, but he made some money, child. Like, yeah, but we never got deep into like too deep into anything for me to even like really fully experience it. But yeah, he definitely. But everybody else just been normal, you know. Like, and like if I was like romantically involved, like it just be normal. Like we both be on the same kind of like tax bracket.
Right. I've only been with like a few, like I think the same amount as you, honestly, because you don't come across them too often unless you go older, to be honest.
I mean, not all the
time,
like, because
I feel like one of the guys I was with, how much, honestly, maybe I was young at the time, so let me remember how old he was. I could be thinking he was way older than he was.
But I think we're talking about two completely separate job descriptions.
We are.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of dudes our age, you know.
Yeah, if they're making money,
no, it was money. Yeah,
I know what you mean. But the guys, but the guys I was talking to, they were older and they had money because they were established. I'll just say.
Yeah, the one dude that had the baby. Well, they both had kids, but the one dude that like I was really like in love with, like I was like really like trying to date him. He I mean, he was pretty much established because he did music. He does music too. He's an artist, but he he be doing stuff. So it's just like, yeah, he's kind of established, but like not in the right way. But it's okay because he's trying to get there, you know.
He's
Gotta start
doing
off
his
somewhere.
best.
But that man has money, girl.
I believe it,
It was
especially in
weird for
that.
me. It was actually weird for me to deal with somebody that's like that can just. I was like, but like I said, I never fully experienced it. But okay, here, because I saw that, and I wanted to ask you this. So, how would you? How would that make you feel? Like, okay, say for example, if your boyfriend currently would like made the same amount of money as, I'm not gonna say Bill Gates or anything of that nature. I'm gonna say, okay, you know how like how much money Lil Baby makes, right? Like you can kind of
Roughly.
see, okay. So say if he made that much money, right? How would you
Right.
feel? Like would you still work, or would you like kind of like chill, like especially if he asks you like, okay, I want to, some dudes will have their girls be like housewives, and some dudes will invest in their girls businesses and they can just do their businesses so they won't have to work a job. But like, how would that make you feel though? Like how, like this dude that you're dealing with like seriously has like stupid money, and like.
I feel like it depends on a few things. One, if I was with the dude before he got this money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you're
Yeah.
with the guy, because like let's look at like Miguel and his girl.
Right.
They've been together since before he was famous. Like
Right.
she was low key like I think she was like a little like a journalist or something. And
Mm-hmm.
she was interviewing him.
Oh yeah, you
And
told me.
that's
I
how they met.
forgot.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was super early on. And they were there. I think it's been 10 years that they've been together. But that's a good example of like you kind of have been with them, maybe not at their lowest, but like when they were still normal. And then you were
I can
supporting
agree.
them as they get more successful.
Right. I would say I can agree with that. I would kind of want to have somebody that was like, I kind of been through it, like through the whole situation with them, like before you had all your money and stuff like that. And yeah,
Exactly.
because it makes for a more genuine relationship when somebody has that much money and you get with them and you kind of like aren't making the same amount of money. That's why a lot of people date celebrities. But
Mm-hmm.
like, if I were to date somebody that like was like up there, I just I would feel insecure because I feel like because I feel like they would feel insecure. I know that just like flew in my mouth
It's
because
okay.
I would feel so like not insecure, but like I wouldn't feel secure with them as far as like, oh, are they gonna think I'm like just with them for their money, and are they gonna
Right.
start acting funny if they, if they're around certain people? Like I
It could
just
be bad. It could
it
be
could be
bad for
bad.
the relationship.
I don't know if I would like, I don't know, because some people do it, like some people that like they'll get with people that aren't necessarily celebrities, and it worked.
That's
Like
true.
Tusi's with a girl that wasn't like a celebrity.
There
So,
you go.
but I don't know like if she was like an influencer at first. She seems like a very low key girl, so I really don't think so.
I feel like a lot of influencers do date celebrities
They
to
do.
some. It's like strategic. We all know it.
Yeah, but I
But
mean that's better than unless of course like the celebrity is just really down to earth and they could like kind of understand. But I don't think I would feel secure. Like I just feel like they would just think I'm
they
just
just
another
kind of have a
girl.
sense of control too.
Yeah, some of them, but like sometimes it's like a little bit too much. Like that's another like point I was gonna bring up to you. Like some of them be thinking they're the shit and they could just do any fucking thing, and I don't like that. Like,
No.
no, no, my love.
Don't be
That's
acting like you can get away with things. Like a lot
right.
of them
Just
cheat
because,
too.
yeah,
A
but a
lot of
lot
them
it's
will
because a
cheat.
lot of girls are okay with it because oh yeah, I'm giving you a certain amount of money and blah blah. So I'm gonna do my thing. No, like I will fucking cut you. Stop playing. See, no, that wouldn't work for me. Like you thinking that you could just do anything just because first of all, I wouldn't want you giving me buku money anyway. That just would make me like I would still work. Like if I was with somebody like seriously and we've been dating seriously, I would still have a job. I would still work. I would still get my own money. So I wouldn't have to
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Depend on I just don't like depending on men like
No.
fully.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
like
no, no.
that. Like I don't even like asking them for shit. So but yeah, no, I definitely would be pissed if somebody like literally expects me to be okay with them fucking other women and having relationships with like not relationships, but relations with other females while we're together just because you're famous and you got all this money you can give me some or you can get
Right.
me like a Birkin bag or no that would piss me off honestly.
Absolutely not. I feel like that bleeds into what I wanted to talk about next because I think, like you brought it up right there, it's so important for us as women to make some form of money or own some assets
No, yeah.
without a man, because if you get into a relationship with a man who maybe has a little more cash than you
Mhm.
or has a few more, bank accounts or things going
Right.
on for him, then the topic of like prenups and like shit like that comes up and like trying to protect each other's money from beforehand.
Mhm.
And you don't want to get fucked over. Like the girl always gets fucked over.
Yeah, because she's trying to depend on somebody like that has all this money and bitch, if you don't go out there and get you a fucking job, are you
Get a
stupid? Like no.
job, start a business,
Right. At
tell your
least
little
start you a
man
business or two
for real.
of your
Or
own. Like
invest. Or
or
invest.
invest. Do something of your own. Like don't depend on this man. And a lot of females do that literally. Like this one girl I knew was like, oh, I wanna date a rapper. And I was like, why do you want to date a rapper so bad? Like what's so because I'm kind of like on the fence about artists and football players. Like I'm scared of them. So like when one is interested in me, I'd be like, I'll try,
I don't
but
know.
like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because I don't want to, I don't want to. But
Judge.
right off of the last situation I had, but I'll be like,
No.
I'd be skeptical. I'm more skeptical of artists and like rappers and football players, like NBA, but like, I'm more skeptical of them. But
So anybody that's like somewhat famous, kind of.
yeah,
With groupies.
right. Like, and it's not even necessarily the groupie thing, but it's like a lot of it is how they think of me. Like okay, they're like I said, the whole oh well she's probably just with me or dealing with me for my money, so they're probably like having that mindset. And or just the whole like having relationships women relationship with other females and stuff like that. Like I just can't deal. But I'm just, like girls be so adamant about being with a celebrity and I'm just like I'd rather be with somebody regular first, like
Mm-hmm.
somebody
And
normal,
grow.
right, and grow with them, but not if like if it happens it happens, right? Like if
Right.
God puts you there it's for a reason, whether if it's a lesson or a lifetime. It's
Right.
but
Right.
um yeah, I like not by choice. Like I wouldn't go to like if it was an NBA player and just a regular dude, like I would just go with regular dude. It's just too much. Like it's just too much that goes with a lot of celebrities. It's too much. I can't.
I can't handle that.
Like I'm not one of them females that just be out here looking just to use men. No, like I need me a lover for real. And if you don't
Mm-hmm.
love me, we're gonna have to fight. Like the next nigga that don't love me, yeah, we're gonna have to fade. Cause see, now you playing with me. No. So it'll just make it worse
Right.
if he's a celebrity. Like I feel like they're more inclined to play games and to
I
like
agree. and to lie and to cheat.
Right, because
not to generalize them, but
right, like not all of them. We
not
keep making this
them.
point, not all y'all, but
a good chunk of y'all,
a good bit, a good amount. So,
okay.
But I just, I'm scared of y'all. So I'm scared of a lot of y'all.
I didn't even try to go there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't walk up to like somebody that's well known and like in one of those industries and be like, what's up? Like, not by choice. Right. If it happens, it happens, but not by my choice. Either by the Lord's choice or by his choice. Not mine.
Right. Like, I might as well be pushed into this.
Right. Like, and real. You don't have like not necessarily be forced, but it's just like, okay, like, because I give people a chance, you know, so I won't feel like I'm like going based off of the last situation I had with somebody. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't deal with one by choice.
Would you ever want to like make more money than your future man?
I don't know if I think I want to make equal or slightly less, but then again, I don't want to downplay myself for a man. That's the only thing. I don't want to downplay myself, but it could be no. Let me answer no, actually. Well, did you say would I want to make more money than my future man? Yes. My answer is yes.
Like, how do you feel about that?
Yes. Okay. So my answer is yes. Sorry, I got it mixed up. My answer is yes. Okay. Because I feel like if a dude really loves me, like if he really is like genuinely in love with me and he cares about me, he wouldn't. Because I literally just saw a Riverdale episode and like the last couple, and I'm not going to tell you what happened, but one of the characters, they got married and.
Don't tell me who. Don't tell me. I'm not gonna tell you who. I haven't been caught up, guys.
You gotta catch up. You gotta catch up. It's actually really interesting now. Like season 5 is crazy, but
I might just skip all the seasons.
No. Watch them. You gotta watch them. So one of them, they got married. Their husband, is a very successful dude, and the husband feels like when the main character, the wife, like does stuff for herself or like. Makes a lot of money or does better than him, he's one of them crazy dudes that gets really like not offended, but like he feels less of a man and gets like jealous when she does better than him. Or I don't want to ever feel like I'm doing something wrong for my success.
Right.
So yes, I wouldn't want to make it a competition. I would want to like make it so we can both benefit off.
Don't limit yourself either.
I don't want to limit myself for a man, because at the same time, if you feel like if you're limiting me and you're like if you're thinking that way, you don't really love me like you say you do. If that bothers you like
exactly
that, no. So in my opinion, that's just my opinion, but
I think I feel the same way, because I have it in a situation where I was making more than my significant other for a short period of time. Now we're basically equal, but it's definitely, it's like humbling, but also a learning lesson for the guy. Because I feel like some guys don't realize how big their ego is until they're in a situation like that.
Yeah, where it like humbles them.
It humbles them because they have to like take a step back and be like, all right, it's not like a whose dick is bigger contest.
Right.
It's my girlfriend,
Right. But some dudes don't get that concept and they just like let it really bother them.
I just think they need to get over it and grow some balls for real.
Right, because not every dude, like I said, not every dude thinks like that. Like not everybody, but it's just like a lot of dudes that would bother them. And I needed to not a lot of dudes, but some dudes it will.
Right.
So I feel like if you're really a team, it wouldn't bother either or like partner. And you guys would figure out a way for it to benefit both of y'all. Make a business or invest, into like a joint account maybe, and put some of that money into like saving an asset or something. Like,
Right.
if you're really a team, y'all would think that way. You wouldn't think, oh, like this is a competition. No, I'm not trying to be in competition with my man. Are you serious?
For
No,
real.
that's not fun.
No. Plus, you could get more done as a pair. You know what I
Right,
mean?
as a team.
As a
Like,
team.
that's what marriage is for, partnership. Not like, if you want to be in competition, make them like go in the same industry as them, but don't be with them. Don't
Right.
plan to marry this person. That's stupid. Like,
No, absolutely not.
and you can always
I
make
just
something
think
like that benefit both of y'all.
exactly. Exactly. There's just other ways to like frame your perspective and think about it positively.
Right.
Other than being negative. There's no need to have an ego about this.
Right. There's no need to be in competition with your partner, because at the end of the day, y'all gotta come home to each other. Y'all most likely will have kids. Like, the
Yeah.
kids will have to see you be in competition with each other. Like, that is not, unless y'all playing
Healthy.
like some little family game and stuff like that. It's the only time I want to be in competition. Or like, you go out on a family day and you're playing a game. Like, yeah, only time I want to be in competition with my man. Other than that, like, no.
For real.
I'm
Keep it
good.
chill. Keep it
Right.
relaxed.
Like, keep it fun. Like, if you're gonna do that, like, it'll have to be an actual game, but don't treat life as a game. That's not,
No.
like, this is not Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
please stop.
I do need to watch that movie. I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing through.
It's a really good movie. I don't think I watched the
I
whole
really need to see
thing,
it.
the whole entire, unless I was just really, really, really young and I can't remember the entire thing. That's probably what it is. But no, it's good from what I remember.
I really need to watch it for real. But I will say this. I don't know. Like, I like to be somewhat within the same ballpark as my partner. Like, I wouldn't want my partner to make like 5 times what I make. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would rather he make like, or me make like 2 times below him, or like, you know, more like in the same ballpark.
But if that were the case, if that were ever the case for me, I feel like I would, like, it'd be a motivation. Like, I'm always around this person every day. Like, of course I want to make that much money. Like, I want to contribute as much as he can. I want to bring as much as he can to the table. Not necessarily a competition, but it's just like, I want to contribute more, so it would actually be like an inspiration of, my dude made like 3 times more than me, 4 times more than me. Like, I still would feel weird at first because I'm not used to that. But if that were to ever happen, I'd be like, yeah, like, I wouldn't, like, teach me some things. Like, he could teach me
I
a
want to
lot,
get
obviously. Yeah, like, how do I get there? Like, teach me step by step so I can start the process myself, or like, do something, just stuff like that. I feel like it would be something to get used to. But I would definitely be inspired, because I always get inspired when people are making like money, and it's new ways I can learn how to make money,
Right.
So it would be an inspiration. But I feel like it goes into the next topic, which is having an acquaintance or a friend that is wealthy. So as far as that, like, how do you feel? Like, if one of your friends are like a really famous influencer, or do you have like a famous friend? Do I have a famous friend? I don't fucking know.
I wouldn't say like famous. I know a few people who are like, who have blown up on like Instagram and stuff, but they're not like friends. They're more of like acquaintances, or like people I was like cool with in college. And I feel like when it comes to shit like this, I have known people who are very like come from money. So they're just regular people. And like, honestly, they're not trying to like be around people who are going to make a big deal out of it.
Right. That's what they like the most. I could definitely agree. And actually, I do have a couple people that are like famous, like they're football players who I'm like cool with. Well, one I'm like really cool with because I'm cool with his girlfriend, and I used to like take pictures of him like when I was taking pictures of football players, which is how I met the girlfriend. So they're really genuine people though. Like, that matters too. Like, they're so genuine, they're so sweet. But yeah, he is in the NFL. But I mean, they're cool. Like you said, they're regular ass people, and like, I feel like I like them a lot because it's like they're not trying to be some people they're not on Instagram, or like they're not trying to overdo it just because he's in the NFL. Like they're like and they're like they seem very family oriented. Like they're
Oh
very
yeah.
friendly, like family like. Like when you go around them, you feel like you're like with a family, you know? And they're fairly young. I think they're like probably like 25, 26, 27 around that range. So they're
And
a
some
couple
of them
years
are
older than
like
us.
our age. Some of them are
Yeah.
our age.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this couple is a few years older than us. But they're like I just feel so like everything feels so genuine around them, which is what I like. I don't like just because somebody's famous, they have to act bougie, or, you know, just because they
Right.
play sports, or, you know, in that industry, they have to act like they're better than, like, they do not act like that. And it's
Mm-mm.
so like, it's so comforting. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable. I never felt uncomfortable around them. Like, I had to like kind of lower myself down just because I'm not on the same standard as they are, you know, or the same tax
Right.
bracket. Like, I definitely fuck with them, but not everybody who's famous or is in that industry is like that, which is unfortunate. I wish they could be, but
A
I
lot of
have
them are very different,
yeah,
honestly.
and I've conversated with a couple of other like I feel like most famous people I would say, or like well-known people would be in the NFL that I've like conversated with, and they've all like been pretty cool, like cooler than I don't know, college football players or regular
Oh, don't get me
people, like,
started on those.
you know, so like they're really
Right.
cool. Like James, like when I met Jameis Winston, he was very down to earth person.
Good.
Very down. Like I was surprised. First of all, I'm not into sports. You're more into sports than me. So like I only know
I,
like certain people, and like I didn't really know anybody on the Bucks, of course, 'cause I'm not from Florida, but
right.
I didn't even know what he looked like. I knew the name Jameis Winston because everybody talked about him, but I
I
didn't
don't
know
even
what
know
he
what he
looked like.
looks like.
Right. I you know, until I met him, but he's such a sweetheart. He's really cool and down to earth, but he's acts way, and it made me like notice that like he acts way better than these people that's like literally like not on the same status, like celebrity status or like tax bracket as him. You know, which is like mind blowing to me, because how the fuck is this person acting more genuine than you are? You
I
know?
feel like it's very interesting because once they get, I don't know if you've heard this, like people like Adam Sandler, they get to a point where they are so rich where they just don't give a fuck anymore. They're like Adam Sandler wears jeans to the fucking like Grammys
Mm-hmm.
because he's gotten to the point where he's like, I'm so rich, I can do this, and people don't question it.
Right. They're just like, okay, Adam Sandler is just being Adam Sandler at this point, which
And
makes
he's
sense.
just like, honestly, what am I trying to be flashy for? And I'm like, you
Mhm.
know what? That is the attitude right there.
Exactly. I definitely
There's
agree with
no
that
need to flaunt shit.
at all. Like, not like if you do, okay, that's a good thing that you brought that up. So flaunting like your nice things and stuff like that. I feel like it's okay to a certain extent. If you get to the point where you're like, because I know this one girl, because remember I used to dance.
Mm-hmm.
She's well, I don't know. I don't think she still dances, but she has hella money. She has stupid money. Like she's a beautiful girl too. She's like so beautiful. So like she's so pretty. She's bad as hell. Got the nicest body, got pretty
Girl.
teeth because I think she got her teeth done. Um, but she's not the most genuine person. And I think I'd be like tripping sometimes, but I did speak to somebody who has been around her before,
Right.
and of course she treats them better because they got hella money too, but I mean I'm cool with this person, so it's, you know, they're like very genuine. But her, she's just a bitch, but she's so like she's beautiful, Kaylee. Like she's gorgeous, like
Ain't that
everything. Like
so
she has a
sad?
it's so sad. I hate that. I literally like complimented her one time, like when we were in the club. I don't know if she still dances. This was, if she might still dance, I'm not sure though. But she we were in the club, and I was about to like start my shift or whatever with my friend. I was dancing with my friend at this one club. I've never danced there before. It was the first time I ever danced there. But she was there and she had this pretty chain on. It was this chain that had her name on it. It was gorgeous. She had baguettes in it, and I think it was like on a Cuban link chain. And it was like, I'm pretty sure it's
Ooh.
baguettes. It was, girl, it's so pretty. I was like, that shit is so fire. And she, like, a lot of girls will wear that, like, but I've never seen a girl like in Tampa with one
Wearing
as
that.
big as hers. That's a dancer. Like, I've never, you know, dancers be having like their nice shit, you know, but
Right.
like, I guess I just don't pay attention, but she was the first person I ever saw that. And I love baguettes. Like, I love chains. I don't know, I'm just like such a boy sometimes, but I love chains and I love baguettes. So it was just like, I complimented her on it. I was like, okay, that's a really nice chain. I love that chain. She said thank you, but she said it in a way that she was like, oh yeah, I know. Like, I was like, I will never compliment a bitch
Bitch.
again. I was like, how did
Take
she,
that
I try
back.
to really say, it's like, I want to remember how she said it. I know she said like she spent a certain amount on it, but like, I wish you were there so you can know what I'm talking about. She would, like, you know, like, for example, say if I said like, oh, you're really pretty, and she
And
was
I
like,
was
yeah, I
like,
know.
I know.
It was like that type of vibe, but she did say thank you, but it was that type of vibe, like heavy she was giving off, like she was
Did she
trying to
say
get it
thank
off.
you before or after she said that I know? Or
She didn't say I know, but she said thank you in that tone, like, oh, I know, like, I know I'm the shit. I know, like, I know you think this is nice, pretty much like, I know you think this is nice type of thank you. And I wasn't fucking with it. I was like, now let me stop complimenting these bitches, because maybe I'm complimenting these bitches a little bit too much, or maybe
her
I can
head's
do
too
more for them.
big.
Her head's way too big, and I thought I was tripping, but when I talked to my friend about it, they said the same thing. But I mean, of course, they're like cooler because one, he's a dude, one, he you know, and yeah, that
We
situation,
all know.
right,
We
and
all know.
two, because he has, like, he's one of them dudes that just has money. But yeah, it's a shame because she's so fine, like, and I love when girls are super fine and they have like money and they're like up there, like, it, like when they're humble. Like, she's so not humble.
Yes.
She
Yes.
probably will get humbled one of these days, but she's so not humble.
She needs to be put back in her place, is what needs to happen. Someone will do it.
But you know what my friend told me? So pretty much like, I guess she acts like that because when she was down and when she was like, you know, when she didn't have that money and when she was trying to get herself up, like, I guess nobody helped her, or nobody was like in her corner. I think that's what he said the story was, but I was like, okay, I get it, but that's another reason to stay humble, because just like how you got up, you can go back down. You can
Exactly.
have that shit can disappear tomorrow. Like, you never know. Like, and then
You
you'll
need
be
to
sitting
remember
here
where you
looking
come
stupid.
from.
Right. Sitting here, right. Remember where you came from. And two, you'll be sitting here looking stupid if you're talking to me like this, and then tomorrow you lose everything. And then what if I get up? Like, what if a miracle happens overnight for me where I get up and I see you the next day and you're like, oh damn, like, I need something, or are you just looking at me like when you just gave me this tone last night? Like, just as like, a crazy scenario,
Right.
but still, like, I don't know. I really wish a lot more girls that was like her would be more humble. Like, I do know some that are very humble though and very sweet.
That reminds me of this quote I saw on Instagram. It said, I know a boss in a Honda and a bum in a Benz. Never let positions fool you. Because I feel like, I'm not saying this applies to everybody. I don't think everybody flaunts without having actual like money. But I think that just further proves that there's no need to be like, listen, if she got herself to where she is and she's successful, more power to her. Shit, I am like always for applauding a fellow queen. You feel me?
Like, especially women.
Yes, and like, women are beautiful. We deserve everything, but there's a difference between being like, what's the word?
Like uppity,
Like, you know,
and like
that
bougie and
like
big-headed.
being right, and like being kind of like almost arrogant,
right, and it's just
and being cute. Like confident, and like it's okay to be a little cocky, like I get
and
it.
like, what I'm saying, if you want to flaunt like your hard work and stuff like that, like guys that just got a new Benz, or like, just, but you could tell who's humble with it and who's not.
who appreciates it and who's taking
Right,
advantage of
right.
it.
Who's taking advantage of this shit? Because like you, that can disappear tomorrow. Like, and some
100%.
people, I don't know. Some people just, I don't know.
I think people forget to like listen. This shit does not mean anything because one day, not to get morbid and shit, but one day we're not gonna be here no more, and we
We're
can't
not.
take that shit with us. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as like, oh, might as well take the bends.
Right. Might as well
Can't
just
leave it
move everything up
behind.
to heaven. It's not gonna work like that, sweetheart.
No.
It's not gonna work like that. And I don't know. I definitely agree. And I mean, I feel like I would be very humble. Like once I get to the place where I want to get to, like I'd be very humble, but like I also am the type of person that's just like trying to always help people, like not trying to shit on somebody just because they don't know a certain amount of information, or shit on somebody because I have this and they don't. Like I'm always trying to help somebody. So when I get to that point, I'm definitely gonna help people get to where I'm like getting to. I mean, get to where I'm
Right.
at, type shit. So that's
100%.
just my thought process, and not everybody has the same thought process. So
Nope. And that's okay because honestly, I feel like it's all about growth and like how you look at things and the perspective
but I
that
think,
you're
I mean, she's
seeing,
older than us, and I mean, age doesn't matter in any situation. Like you could be mature at fucking 14, 15, but
Oh
like
yeah.
I definitely think she's probably a few years older than us. She's still in her 20s, but yeah,
Mhm.
I just feel like, yeah, it does depend on growth. Like, but she has a lot more growing to do.
That's yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like people like that need to get to a certain point in their life where they become grateful instead of looking at everything they have now and saying like, I don't know. There's just ways to go about
Like
it and
go
not be
about it. And you
selfish.
know what? I think everybody's grateful for what they have. When
I
when
hope
they get
so.
to where, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are, because they realize where they were at and where they are now. But it's a simple fact that they need to humble themselves. They need to humble
Exactly.
themselves. Like all these celebrities out here, and
Exactly.
they're not even acting as bad as you are. And you're not even a
No,
celebrity, you just have hella money. So
exactly. There's no need to be acting extra for no reason.
right. I hate that. But
I hate that. Absolutely.
that's what I
Just
have
stay
to say
humble,
about that.
guys.
Right.
Yes.
Like don't, like when you just don't make people feel less than. That's not
No.
cute. And like
Treat
why would
people the
you
way you want to be
even,
treated.
right, because you would have wanted to be treated the same exact way when you were down. And it doesn't matter who helped you or who didn't. Like get off that. That's what we talk about, like when growth comes into the picture. Like if you have to worry about, oh well, nobody did this shit for me when I was in this position. No, what? Okay, like move on. Move on.
Right.
That was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, however many years ago. 1 year ago, it doesn't matter. 6 months
Exactly.
ago, doesn't matter. Like, just be humble, like, be open to people, because, like, you never know where this person is or where they might be, or like,
Mhm.
don't prejudge somebody, because you wouldn't want, like, that didn't feel good to you and people did it to you. So, why are you doing that to them?
Exactly.
Doesn't make
Period.
sense.
Tell
Period.
him, Kayla. Preach it to the choir.
Anyways, that's that. And that's that on that. That's that on that.
My fingers are soft.
I'm dead. Licking it
All
isn't
right.
going to help. It's going to make it more, more silky, more soft.
I've been lotioning a lot lately. It's been cold here and my fingers are cracking.
Right.
It's been tough.
Get ashy as hell. It's getting
It's
cold here
tough.
finally.
Good.
Starting
Sweater
to.
weather.
Starting to.
Sweater weather.
It's getting like I can like walk around maybe in a sweater. I be walking around in sweatshirts anyway when it be hot, so I don't even be giving a fuck. Like I'm starting to feel like a Floridian for real, because we be walking around here with sweaters and fucking 80-degree weather. Like,
But it's because the inside, like in the buildings, they're always
it'd
freezing.
be so cold. Yeah.
So cold. No
Freezing.
reason, for no reason.
But it is cooling off. I'm so happy.
I love it.
I'm
I think it's getting cold everywhere right now. I don't
really,
know.
yeah. I think it has to be cold in Georgia by now.
Has to be. Okay, if it's cold here, it's for sure cold in Georgia.
In Georgia, yeah. And Texas, I think Texas is cold. Texas is definitely cold now. No, yeah. Texas has got to be cold now. Texas has got to be
I heard that they're going to get snow again this year.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe it.
I think so. I think so. I don't know if it'll be more than this past year, but I think they're going to get it. I really do. Yeah. And with Kaylah's, I think that's the signal. Do we want to end with the happy little meme?
Yeah, let's get into this meme, y'all, because
I just think it's funny. I think we need to share with the class.
All right, let's share with the class. So we're gonna, of course, come up with names for these segments and whatnot, but we kind of had like, a little beginning segment where we talked about our Twitter topic of the week, and then this our ending segment, which is the memes that I be finding. I usually talk about Justin LeBoy a lot, and here he is again
making another appearance.
Right, making another appearance on another episode. So it says, all this knowing my worst shit getting boring, I'm about to forget. Now the reason why
crying emojis.
It's about 6 crying emojis on the meme as well to end it off. Now roughly. The reason why I shared this is because I felt this strongly. It's very near and dear to my heart. Now, what we were saying earlier, Kaylalea, in her situation, she gets, even though it's not as regular as she may want, she gets consistent penis on a monthly basis. What I've decided to do, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in previous episodes, is become celibate. And it was fine at first. I'm 4 months in, 4 months going strong, y'all. But it's hard. And I'm feeling this meme. And of course I see it today. When did I see this? Today? I saw this. I screenshotted this literally today. Actually,
it hit you
before we started recording. It hit me so hard, y'all. Like a brick. Hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. I want to forget, but it's just like I have to snap myself back into it and be like, it's kind of like fasting, but off of dick. It's kind of like fasting. So like I've heard, like when you fast and you do it for a long period of time, like you kind of like your senses get stronger. Your senses get stronger.
It's gonna get to the point where you're not craving it anymore.
But it's like I never really crave it. That's the thing with me. Okay, I never really crave it unless I'm in a situation with somebody, like a relationship, or if I'm like talking to somebody and we're sexually active, like on a normal with each other. That's when I'd be like, okay, it's that time. Okay, now
I'm feeling hot and heavy.
Right. Okay. Get at this shit. But I don't really feel like I'm craving it. It's just like when I have my moments, Kaylalea,
you have your moments.
Like when I have my moments, I have my moments. Like it's strong, y'all. It's strong, stronger than ever. And I'm like, who? Like somebody could walk behind me, like a man could walk behind me. It don't even matter who it is, and place his hand on my back and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'd probably die." I'm at that point.
You would be like,
yes, where I just need to release. But it doesn't last too long.
Good.
It doesn't last too long. Sometimes I have to, cope if you feel where I'm going. But yeah. It's been getting hard. Not been getting hard, but it's hard sometimes, like when I have my moments, because the moments be over the top. So
girl, yeah. I feel you, because I feel like I was celibate at one point, but now that I'm in a long distance relationship and there's periods where we're not having sex, I don't know, because low-key
it's worse for you than it is for me. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like you get a little taste every month and it's just like, damn, I want that tomorrow and you can't.
Dude, we try to cram as much as we can in the few days we're together. But then when he leaves, and like, let's say the next day, I'll be like, damn, I just had a whole feast and now I'm starving.
Right. And now you're starving.
I'll be sitting on the couch and I'm like, okay.
I'm starving. Thirsty. Quench my thirst.
Literally, it's such a pain. I don't know.
I feel like it's worse for you than it is for me because I'm not getting it at all. So I have nothing to taste, like nothing to get a little taste off of, nothing to get a little taste from or a little sample every once in a while. Like, no, I feel like it's definitely worse for you. I'm not even gonna cap.
It sucks, low-key. I'm not even gonna lie sometimes. But I mean, again, your body gets used to it. You get to a point like by like week, I don't know, by week 3, you're kind of like, all right, this is reality. Right. I looked at the calendar. Like,
that's how I am. Like, I just like, and the thing is, like, I never was one to crave, like, feel like I just have to have sex. Like, unless, of course, like, still, even when I'm with somebody, like, or dealing with somebody, like, I'll be wanting it real bad and then be like, damn, like, like my, you get aroused really heavy. Of course,
you get a little
like,
hot.
Yeah, like I'm not like a nympho. Like, I don't feel like I have to, like, I like, even still, like when I would have like my little 1-2 with somebody, like it would usually be like when I'm talking, like I probably only have like 1 or 2, probably like one night stand. I haven't had like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of those either.
Right. So it's just like I'm not even really out here doing that anyway. So it's just like I go a while without having sex. It's just like now that I'm like making it like I don't know, like a mission for myself. So now I'm like more focused on it. So when I'm around, like, let's say, for example, my male friend, the one I was talking about before. Yeah, well, I kind of wanted to just forget. I was at that point. I was like, he's fine and he's nice and he be having good conversation. And I just at this point want to forget, but I did good. I didn't do it. Okay. I didn't do it. I was so proud of myself when I got home, and we were drinking.
And you still went home? I'm proud of you. Guys, you should see her. I wish you could see her in her hood if you're just like listening to us. Come look at the screen.
Right, because
she's so serious and her hood just makes her look like, guys.
It makes me look more conservative.
It does.
Like The Handmaid's Tale.
You're embracing the celibacy right now.
Right, that's literally what this hood makes me look like a fucking, what is it, a Amish person.
An Amish girl.
But they be fucking though, right?
I'm sure. Listen, there's no way,
but it's multiple not. But like they be fucking like their cousins and uncles though.
They be fucking the whole town. The town be having orgies. I swear to God.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass.
But no, they.
I'm sorry, Amish people.
With like their family members, right? Like that's.
I mean, that's what I hear, and right. I hear that like their church leaders sometimes,
not the church. Oh,
honey, some of their leaders, like because they follow. What's that religion they follow? I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know if it's like a priest or whoever, the head of the church. There have been stories in the past of some of those men being a little bit nasty. Okay. I'm just a little
nasty. That's just ghetto.
But we don't need to get into that. Okay, guys. We don't need to get into that right now.
Yeah, that's not a topic of the day, but that is ghetto.
Very ghetto. Very.
But I be feeling bad for the Amish though, because I feel like they be trapped in like, I don't know.
It's like a cult kind of, I feel like.
Yeah, like it gives me cult vibes.
Very cult vibes, very constrictive, restrictive. I'm tired.
No, but I know what you mean. But yeah, no, yes. It definitely gives me like cult, like for life. Like it's like worse than a gang.
It's worse because like you're getting married in the cold, having kids in the cold, raising your kids in the cold.
You have to live a certain way. Like, no,
it's a
like,
lot.
see, I don't do well with people telling me what to do. Like, I'm spoiled. I'm the only child. Like, I need my freedom. Like, I can't do that.
I think MTV even had a show about like Amish people who like left. They were like our age.
Yeah,
and
like
they like left.
escaping Amish or like.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
like
about.
that.
I had watched a couple episodes and
Me
I
too.
like it was good, but it's sad at the same time.
It was sad. It was a lot to take in. Damn, I kind of want to watch that. Just
I
to see.
kinda
That's
wanna
an
watch
old MTV show.
But yeah, that's a no for me.
That's a no for me. También. But I think that's everything, right? I think
that's everything, guys. Today,
guys, we finish in like an hour, 15 minutes or an hour.
Yeah, it seemed very short. It seemed like a very short episode, but I was like, are we done in like 45 minutes?
I was low-key thinking we weren't gonna get to an hour, and then we got to an hour, and I was like,
same. I was like, yeah, we probably will finish this episode real fast, but I think it's just
the flow.
the flow. But guys, we need you to subscribe to our channel, 1-800 Hot Mess. Yes. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our other 2 channels that will be in the link below, our separate channels. And then we need you to interact with us on our social media accounts, Instagram, TikTok. We need y'all to interact. We will have another question of the week that we need you to respond to, give your opinions so we can, share what you
talk about
with us, right? And yeah, all that good stuff, all that nice stuff.
Yes, please. And check out our other videos. I don't know if she said that or not, but
right, our other videos on this channel, right, is what you're talking about.
On this channel,
right, our other episodes, if you want to backtrack, get to know us a little bit more, feel free. It's only going to get better from here. We're going to go up from here.
There's only going forward. But that's all for this week, guys. We're 1-800 Hot Mess.
Period.
And we will be back next Friday.
See y'all later.
Bye.